We have T-minus 54 days to get this truck finished and to Las Vegas for the Sema show on November 5th. So far, we have completely torn down and rebuilt this truck into one of the most capable 6x6s in the world. We have completed the suspension and axles, and now it's time to tackle the bed. Nobody makes a bed for this truck, so we're going to be making one ourselves. We're taking this knapheide bed and customizing it to fit the 6x6. We're running out of time and we're piling on more work every day. So follow along, because I'm sure it's going to get interesting.
Here's the bed we're using. This bed is made for a single axle truck. We were originally going to have knapheide put together a bed for a 6x6, which they've already ran through engineering, but they're not going to be able to get it on their manufacturing line till December. We need this done by November. We're taking the truck to Sema in, what, 60 days? So we have this bed on our floor, and yeah, I have to cut it up and modify it. What we're going to end up doing is essentially we're going to shorten these side cabinets here to where basically they're the same height as these mid cabinets, and we'll end up essentially making a custom wheel well that will put another opening for another axle right here. But our first step in all this is to get this bed, get it cut, get it kind of roughed in, and then get it set on the frame, finish up our install as far as the bed goes, make sure this has a good surface that it's nice and square and level on, and then we'll go ahead and we'll start building out our cabinet, which we're going to basically just modify this cabinet to be short, and then we're going to open up this for our wheel well, and then we'll come in here and then we'll put a custom side on it that will have openings for two wheels. Hopefully it doesn't look like McDonald's arches, because I won't be loving it. What the hell was that, man?
Percentage of this forklift limit, where are we at?
We're 110.
Oh, nice. I love it. I always like to give it 110.
Good thing I'm fat right now, because I'm like the extra counterweight that she needs.
Aaron's back wheels are not even on the ground. Come on, man.
See, that's power.
Yeah,
it's
thanks,
like
Will.
a finger touch.
When we have this little front cubby that's going to go in front of these tires here, I'm going to make it as big as it needs to be to essentially have our wheel opening plate that's going to go in, over the two wheels, basically our little arches or however they're shaped. I'm going to have them to where they're symmetrical, to where like one side isn't extra long. They'll be centered in the wheelbase, but I'm gonna have the other end of them just match from back to front. So I'm lining all this out right now to where I can cut the bed, and that's how it will line up. So 108.5 is our measurement back. So yep. So TJ took these doors off of the bed in preparation for cutting the bed. And I still don't know where we're gonna cut the bed, but we're just gonna start cutting it until it fits. And then we're just gonna put it back.
You know what they say?
Cut twice, measure like this.
No.
Measure twice, cut once.
You can always take more off. You can't put it back on.
I can put it back on, it's metal.
Okay,
And then we can finish out both sides and you won't even be able to tell we put it back on.
well, you're not going to want to put it back on. So.
No, it takes more time. So yeah, what we're gonna end up doing is we're gonna cut this off, and then basically we're gonna cut this out at that same height as the bottom of this cabinet. Same thing with this center partition here, see it? Yeah. And then also into the back wall. So that's one project. Next thing too I'm also gonna do in this is I'm gonna cut this headache rack off. Here, see it? This thing. And I'm gonna throw it in the trash can. It's gonna go bye-bye. Like insane.
Nice.
Ain't no lie, baby, bye.
What do you think the headache rack's going to look like then?
So actually we're gonna design a headache rack for this that obviously fits the back of the cab a little bit better, but we're gonna put a little base and branding in it, and it's also going to be a headache rack that we can transfer from not just the 6x6, but we can use it on a whole bunch of our other work trucks. That'll be kind of like our own little headache rack with our own flair, if you know what I mean. So the headache rack's gonna look kind of like a traditional headache rack. I probably will utilize like the same honeycomb design you see on all these work truck beds. Only thing is I'm gonna clean up the shape of it. I'm also going to add little horns because I've actually found those to be extremely useful. And the only reason for those is so you can basically put material up on your headache rack, strap it down, and it's not gonna roll off the side. So basically have two little small horns, enough just to get yourself a couple, 2x4s or something high that they're not gonna slide out the side. And what else? Probably have a basin logo. We'll have some cool lighting. And the options to put light boxes in or take them off, depending on what truck it is. We'll get it mocked up, and then we'll pull the bed back off, and then we'll finalize all that stuff. We're gonna probably line X the underside of this entire bed before it goes back on for final. But we'll probably have the bed off and on a couple times. Right now though, it's get everything out of the way, clearanced, make sure we have clearance for our shock mounts and our frame riser material. And let's get this thing on here. So while I do this, it's gonna be rough, because I'm literally gonna cut from the backside inward, and then it's gonna be like this nasty rough cut, and then I'll come back in with a flap disc and deck everything back to straight and nice and pretty. So I don't want to see no comments about, holy crap, that guy's butchering that bed apart. This is all out of the way, and I could get this cleaned up, get it all lined out, and then we'll it looks rough as hell, but at least I can get the layout all done, get it cleaned up, and we'll cut the other side just like this, drop the box out, and then set it on the truck. I mean, that's the first step.
All right, we have another Friday morning jam-packed with the 6x6. This time we have the knapheide bed pulled in behind it, getting ready to mount it on top of the truck, and I cannot wait. I'm so pumped that we picked a service body for this. I'm so pumped that it's a knapheide service body, but a lot of the 6x6s in the past have chosen to use like a truck bed, and I think that's always just made them look really silly in the end. I think a service body is the way for a 6x6 to look more natural. So I'm excited to see it on there. Yeah, and the owner of the company that is putting this truck in their Sema booth is stopping by today. So fingers crossed he likes it, because, I mean, this idea came from him reaching out over Instagram asking for pretty much just a regular service body like this one. And I said, what about a 6x6? Hopefully he likes it, because we made some changes to make this work for this deadline of November 5th.
I'm Tanner with Rock Slide Engineering. We're excited to stop down here at Jackknife, bringing off some products to make it easier for them to get in their vehicles. They're building a super cool 6x6. It's not going to be a short vehicle, so now we've got the solution so you can get back up in it.
I'm excited to get these on there.
That's kind of our specialty, is helping people get in, so if you guys need anything else, just let us know.
Helped us get the truck into Sema, so thank you.
Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you.
That's what we're here for.
We had some problems with our main forklift, so we brought this other Heister forklift in to steady the front end of the bed. Hopefully we can get the truck underneath the bed. I think our plan is to back the truck up after we lift this bed. Like I said, we had some problems with that main forklift. Almost dropped it onto the truck, so we're going to try and steady it with the Heister forklift, see what happens.
Alright, hold on.
Alright, Will, turn your wheel to the right just a little, right there. That's enough. You feel that? Yeah, you probably have to back up just a little bit more there. Come back, Will. Okay, come down a little more. A little bit more.